So guys, this is my new tractor and I love it. Well, hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. My name's Lucas, and we're sharing our hobbies here on 38 acres in eastern Kentucky. And today, we're gonna talk about the TYM 4820. So guys, this is my new tractor, and I love it. I am so excited to have such a capable machine, and I can't wait to get it dirty. Now, today's video is not gonna be very long, and it's all about the 4820 and all the statistics and specifications of this tractor. One of the reasons that I purchased the TYM brand with my own money is because of the value that's offered in this tractor. This particular machine is one of the Branson legacy models, and it actually kind of holds a place near and dear to my heart because the last tractor my dad purchased before he passed away was a Branson 4720i. He loved that tractor, he was proud of it. He always talked about one of the main selling points for him was the fact that it has that Coupe J or Cummins A diesel engine. He trusted that, he felt it was reliable, and it is. It's proven reliable. And so that's still one of the biggest selling points to me. Now, this is one of the largest compact tractors that you'll find, weighing in at 3,800 pounds without the loader. So by the time you put the loader on it, you're over 5,000 pounds. You load the tires, and well, you've got a real heavy machine that's gonna be very capable. The 4820 is a 48 horsepower machine with 38.4 PTO horsepower. And another one of the huge selling points to me is it has the highest implement flow rate of any tractor that I could find in the compact market, and that's 11.4 gallons per minute of implement flow rate. This thing is capable of running some pretty mean implements. It has an 11.8 gallon diesel tank, and it's right down here where it's gonna be easy to fill. You don't have to lift your fuel cans up real high. Now, we opted for the hydrostatic drive transmission, one, because we're gonna be loading logs on the sawmill, and I thought it would be easier to do that intricate work, and two, because as my son gets older and he starts to operate the bigger machine, I kind of want it to be easy for him to step into and help me out without me being afraid that there's too much going on for him to handle. So the hydrostatic drive transmission is as simple as it gets. One pedal to go forward, one pedal to back up, and it has 4 ranges. And high range will actually do 19.5 miles per hour. So this thing will cook. It also comes in a shuttle shift, and the shuttle shift has 4 ranges and 4 gears, so essentially 16 speeds, and it will do that in forward or reverse. Now, as I mentioned, one of the biggest selling points to me on this tractor is that TYM T2300 N2 engine, which they acquired as TYM bought out the Branson brand, and that engine is the same engine that Coupe J made for Cummins, the A-Series engine. And they are not computer controlled, they're not complex. So you're gonna be able to keep it running very easily and without a whole lot of dealer support because it doesn't need computer diagnostics and sensors, all of those things that go wrong and shut you down. And as I was considering those 25 horse tractors, part of the reason was because they're more simplified without the emissions controls that are required on the diesel engines above 25 horsepower. But what I learned about this engine is it has the DPF exhaust filter, but it's not even computer controlled. So essentially, if you have problems or your filter gets stopped up, there are ways to easily fix that and get back on the job. I like things that are simple, that are analog and mechanical, and you can see how they work and maintain them. And that's exactly what you have in this engine. And the BL200 loader on this machine is a beast. It will lift 2,701 pounds to max height. It has a 3,660 pound breakout force. And max height is 9'7". Man, what a step up from the subcompact tractor we've been running. And guys, I have my 5-foot Ironcraft box blade on the back of this, and the tractor kind of dwarfs it. The only reason I have this on here is for a little extra ballast because it's all I have right now to hook up to. I've got to invest in some larger implements, and I've got to get these tires filled so that I have enough ballast to be able to use this machine the way it's intended to be used. But what I wanted to point out back here is just how big and beefy everything is made. Because from start to finish, every component back here, every connection, is all a lot bigger than I was looking at on any other machine I compared it to. Even some of the other TYM models. And that's why I think the 4820 is the way to go. This 20 series tractor is such a solid built frame. It has 3-point arms that telescope, so it makes it easy to hook up. I did that when I was hooking up this box blade and it was awesome. It has telescoping stabilizer links that are built big and strong and easy to operate and adjust. You can just look at the housing of the rear end and the cast parts and the arms that raise and lower the 3-point, and everything on here is just massive for the size of machine that it is. Now guys, as you can tell, I haven't even hooked up my first PTO implement because I still have the shaft cover on there. We literally just brought this machine home and I'm just checking it out and learning about it and sharing it with you guys. One of the things I wanted to point out about the PTO is it not only has your standard 540 RPM, but it also has the 540E, or it's actually 750 RPM PTO. And when you put it in that gear for the PTO, it actually spins faster, which means that you can drop the RPMs on the engine and get your 540 RPMs at a lower engine RPM, which is going to save you fuel. Now, I think that sounds like a very cool and logical feature, but I also have some concerns about it because typically, from what I understand about the DPF filters and the regeneration, is that if you run the engine at higher RPMs, it runs hotter and it keeps that blown out and burnout to where your filter doesn't get clogged up and you don't have to regen often. It might be worth burning the extra fuel in order to keep all those parts cleaned out and working the way they're supposed to be. Let me know your thoughts on that. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about the cockpit because you've got a really simple setup here that's really easy to follow. First of all, you got your gear range selections right here. You have your 540 PTO and 540E range selectors, and then you have your 4-wheel drive levers right here on the left side. That's all there is to this side. Then you have 2 cup holders, which is awesome because I always have my drinks with me. Around on this side, you have your 3-point arm lift, which has different lift selections that it seems to hold it in that spot really well, better than what I'm used to because mine always leaked off and would be dragging the ground, so I was constantly raising it back up as I drove around. It has the PTO selection, which it's just a switch that you turn on, and you can turn it on as an independent switch so that when you turn the PTO on, the shaft runs all the time. Or you can turn it to auto, which means that when you lift the 3-point arms, the PTO shuts off until you lower it back down and then it comes back on. That's a really cool feature. Headlights and horn, all of that, you know, pretty straightforward, same kind of selector switches as on every tractor that I've seen. One thing that I didn't realize that this tractor has, and I don't know of a way to turn it off, but I don't think I want to. I think I really like it. And that is auto throttle on the hydrostat pedal. So you have your regular throttle lever, which works your throttle so you can keep it up for when you're raising and lowering the loader and all of that, or running implements and so forth. But like when you're climbing a hill and you press the hydrostat pedal a little bit harder to go a little bit faster, well, it also gives the engine throttle. And I didn't think that I would like that feature, but I actually love it. Now, I've not gotten out into doing real work yet, but just driving it around and climbing the trails and doing the things that I've been doing, I think it's fantastic, and I think I'm really going to like that. And guys, this thing has a lot of features that I didn't expect, like the suspension seat that's adjustable and slides, and the tilt steering wheel, and the rubber mat comes standard. Some of the other tractors that I looked at didn't have those kind of features. You had to pay extra or upgrade to like the next version in order to get those. And so all of this just adds up to me as the best value. You're getting a big, solid, capable, dependable, simple machine that's going to be able to do the work, and it's at an affordable price. So I know sometimes on YouTube videos, the content creators get accused of just being bought by the company and so forth. But this is a case where I took my own cash and I studied the companies and I made the decision based on that. And I chose this tractor because of the value and the quality that I see. And some of the concerns that people raised about them being new or will they be around to get parts from in years to come and things like that, I felt like I found satisfactory answers to by getting to know people in the company and talking to the dealers. And I'll just share with you one major example is I live here in Eastern Kentucky. And within about an hour and 15 minutes of my house, I have 4 TYM dealers, 1 over in Ohio and 3 in Kentucky, and they're all within commuting distance. So they're building their network. Those are established dealers that have been in business for a while, the newest being the one that I bought from, and they're all in, and that excites me. So I feel like this was a great decision overall, and it's a decision that I really wouldn't hesitate to tell other people, give this company a hard look. I know the Branson name has been around for long enough that my dad trusted it and he purchased his tractor and was pleased with it. So that even added to my confidence level. Now I haven't done much on this tractor yet, and I can tell you that I've already found a few things that I'm like, I don't care for that being the way that it is. So I'm gonna have a few complaints and I'll be sure and share those with you along the way. But right now, we're just getting to know each other. And so we've got to figure it out. And I also have to finish setting the tractor up to be worked. We are in the process of getting the tires filled, and I have ordered rear remotes and third function to add to the machine so that we'll be able to run a lot of other implements as well. So we've got some work to do on the tractor to get it ready for operation, but man, what a sweet machine, and we are thankful to have it. So we want to thank Station 23 for helping us purchase our TYM tractor, and we want to thank you guys for watching. Until next time, get outside and enjoy God's creation because it's beautiful out here. Y'all have a good day.